Another important part of Moodle is feedback. Now, the formal feedback that we provide students, so for example, early in the semester they have to submit an assignment as part of their assessment. It's a traditional essay. Now that is all online. We don't have paper-based essays. The essays are all submitted through Moodle, and we're using the Moodle rubric function to assess those essays and give students detailed feedback on a number of criteria. So students get their feedback and their results, and often that will open up some dialogue with us as well. So students are then able to contact the member of teaching staff that assessed their essay and engage further to seek further feedback if necessary. And of course there's informal feedback. As a result of the students engaging through Moodle each week, we're able to identify students at risk, and often we will be giving them feedback to let them know, hey, you really need to be addressing this issue, or maybe focusing more on the lessons that you seem to be ignoring at this stage. So they're getting that level of feedback as well. And each week in Moodle we have a number of key readings. Some of them are book chapters, some of them are journal articles, and this really provides students with, those that really want to extend themselves, that want to delve more deeply into some of the concepts. Those readings are there for them. As we've been moving more and more of our teaching and learning online, I've recognised there are other opportunities to really enhance the student experience through other online activities. And one area that I have been experimenting with a little bit lately is providing feedback to students through video. The ideal situation for me in providing feedback to students is to sit down with them one-on-one and have a conversation about the work they've submitted. But with a large unit, that's sometimes very difficult. We just don't have the time to do that. But what we do have the time to do is to create some personalised videos. So I've, in many situations, created a personalised feedback video for my students. As a marker, it's a joy to mark through video. Rather than having to sit there with a pen and paper, scrolling through a written assignment, and that takes a long time. It's incredibly frustrating when you hand assignments back to students and you just see them flip through them very quickly, look at the mark, close it, and then never look at it again. Whereas a video, I can actually address the student personally, tell them about the important issues about their essay or their assignment, what they did well, what needed improvement. It forces me to focus on the important issues, and it forces the students to then reflect on those important issues as well. It's received really well by students. More often than not, students, when they receive video feedback, will then contact me and keep the conversation going. They'll explain why they approached the assignment the way they did. They'll justify some of their mistakes. They'll recognise they made those mistakes. They'll then think further ahead as to what they will do different next time. So that video feedback has an incredibly profound impact on students. It can be really confronting giving negative or bad feedback to students. An assignment that's failed, for example, to actually eyeball a student through the camera and say to them, you haven't done very well in this assignment, can be incredibly difficult. It's amazing how that can be incredibly powerful through the use of body language, for example. Starting the video with a big sigh, letting the student know that it's really disappointing, this work that we've received, and letting them know really what they could have done better, how they could have improved. That has a huge impact, something that you really can't convey that level of emotion and that level of appeal through just the written word. What I see is the students often will watch the video a number of times. First time just to get the broad feel as to how their assignment was, and then second and subsequent views, they're then focusing on the detailed feedback within the video. They're listening to what they could have improved, how they can do better next time. And what they'll then typically do is then make contact with me. Arrange an appointment, come and sit down, and we'll keep that dialogue going. We'll talk in more detail about what they can do better next time.